So this is my friend Mia, and she's writing a paper. Mm-hmm. And what's the paper on?
This is for my human development class, and so it's a paper about somebody's life transitions, changes that have happened, and the things that have influenced you to be who you are today.
And I'm honored because she chose me for a paper, and yeah, we're just gonna dive right on it into it.
Yeah.
So your first question was?
Yes. So my first question for you is, what was the easiest age or ages for you, and why? And easiest is whatever you define it as.
What age is around kindergarten?
Yeah.
Is that like 7 or 8? No.
You're like 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Okay.
You're small. You're wee.
I'd say definitely those days, but I was bullied from like 1st to 8th, so that was kind of rough. Actually, high school was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd say my 20s were pretty good too, but it was just the ups and downs and then getting arrested and all kinds of crazy stuff. That's when you figure yourself out.
So you mentioned bullying. What about kindergarten? Like age was easy.
It's just no responsibility, having fun, hanging out with your friends, and having crushes. It was just carefree.
Yeah. What made like high school age easy? Were there like the same factors? Were there different things at play?
Different things.
Yeah.
I met new friends, new people, and I just got along with everyone. I wasn't popular, but I just knew everyone.
Yeah.
You know? I saw how my dad treated my sister when she dated, so I was like, screw that, man.
Yeah.
I want my freedom. It was just fun, just floating and riding in VW buses and driving the Mustang around. And it was just, I was in and out of school though, no sports.
I'll ask you about your 20s too, but before we go there, why were you bullied in the 8th grade? What was going on?
I had a bad stutter growing up. I was bullied from like I'd say second grade to 8th. And I mean, spit on, bats thrown at me, pushing the lockers, you name it. Like, I had to walk different ways home from school. Cars chasing me. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe, I don't know if I was provoking it. Like, I don't remember.
Kids can just be assholes too.
Yeah, kids can be assholes, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because I bumped into them multiple times, and every time they just apologize.
Wow.
And yeah, it's just, I see some people, you know, and they get all eaten up inside. But if you don't forgive them, it's going to eat you up more than it eats up them.
Yeah.
You know, you got to let that stuff go. Yeah, it's just bad, you know. I'm just crying when I got home, you know. Parents wouldn't do anything about it. Just didn't want to go to school, you know. Didn't want to learn. I had a bad stutter. And then I was missing 4 teeth in my bottom mouth. So, trying to go on a date with that, having to take your teeth out. Like, and sometimes I'd be missing some, right? So I'd have like these teeth right here. And then I would have like 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever. So I'd have like scragglies, you know, because they'd fall out. Like, I remember this fat kid one time, I stuck a rope in my mouth, and like he was on the end of a sled. And he was like, all right, I'm going to go. And he just went and tink, and it pulled my baby teeth out. And I don't have any, like, you know, and it just sucks. I was like, damn. Because then I had to get a new retainer. And then they had to like mold it to fit my baby teeth in there.
Right.
And so like, I had like 2 sets of braces, and then they took bone from my jaw and marrow from my leg and put it in my mouth.
Whoa.
And yeah, it sucked. Like, it sucked. Like, I think that's why I didn't date a lot.
It sounds like it takes a lot of like time. There's pain. Like there's appearance.
Oh, I go to the dentist office,
Yeah.
pass out. I'm just like, put the thing in my mouth.
You're like, I'm home.
Yeah, because my lips actually were numb for so long because I just got injections. I knocked the 4 teeth in front of my mouth that one time. But luckily, my adult teeth grew back in, but I still got veneers up here. I'm like Steve-O, my potty mouth.
Well, they look good.
I think that was some of it. I don't know. I stuttered too, and I couldn't read. I couldn't read till like the military.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it made me read out loud. So that was a big one too.
Yeah.
Stuttering and can't read. Good luck.
Yeah. Are you dyslexic, or it was just like shy? Or
I think, well, it was shy, and then I was thinking too fast, so my mouth just couldn't
Yeah.
open fast enough. And I noticed when I slowed down, I didn't stutter. And I told my buddy that, and it helped him out too.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
yeah. So it was like, it was just that our minds were just going a little too fast.
Okay, well, that kind of goes into my next question, which is, which were the most difficult ages for you and why? So it sounds like second through eighth, there was a lot going on.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Which else was difficult?
But what's really weird about those ages is, yeah, I remember like getting spit on and this and that. But the main thing I remember is just having fun, you know, like with my friends and stuff like that. So it was weird. Like school sucked, but I just sucked it up until I got out of school. Then, you know, it was like riding bikes, hanging out with friends, sleepovers, you know. I'd sneak out every night. But, well, I'll go into that later. But, yeah, that, and I'd say mid-20s. Okay. So I started dating at like 23 is when I lost my virginity. My friends were all making bets on it and stuff. It was hilarious. Anyway, so I started dating this other girl, you know, and she lived 100 miles away. And so I'd drive there every other day.
100 miles away?
Yeah.
How did you meet?
Over OK Cupid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she lives in El Paso, Texas, like in the middle. So it's 80 miles to El Paso, and then I had to drive 20 to her house. Oh, and then, so I worked as a firefighter, so I was working 24-hour shifts. So I freaking every other day drive to her house, sleep on her mom's couch, wake up at like 4 in the next morning to make it work.
Right.
And we moved to San Antonio, so I drive there an hour. And then I got DUI. Ooh. Yeah, because I was depressed and she was gone. Which it wasn't on her, you know, it was just because I was an alcoholic. But, so that sucked. So I got arrested, didn't go to jail. Blue point 17. Not proud of that. But I am the only guy I know of that didn't go to jail. But, yeah, and then just doing stupid stuff. And that's where I got my majority of my stories from, or in my mid-20s. It was fun, but at the same time, it was rough. When I got out of the military, that was tough. Gosh, 2018.
How old were you when you were in the military?
I was in there from 21 to 27. So a little over 6 years, and I got medically discharged. And then when I got out, I was just an alcoholic, and then I lived with this girl that had a kid. We weren't dating. She needed someone to stay with, so she had a premature, like, couple-month-year-old.
Wow.
2-month-old or something. But I quit drinking while I was there, and then my best friend got schizophrenia that I knew since, you know, middle school. And he, like, stole some stuff from me, and I don't even care about, you know, any of that. Man, who cares, man? It's not him, you know? And I just wanted him to take his pills. But he's still my best friend, but I just lost him. We would call each other every week for 6 years. And then I would fly home, and then, like, literally, he would go in my house, right?
Yeah.
He would grab all my parents' like camping gear, throw it in the 4Runner, that same 4Runner that I drive right now.
Yeah.
And then he'd pick me from the airport with a sign, and we'd just go straight camping. I wouldn't even see my parents.
That's
like,
so sweet.
Yeah, every single year. And yeah, it sucks. Yeah, so that was really tough. And then that's when I quit drinking. Is when that happened. When he stole some stuff from me, and he posted this picture of me on the internet. My ass cheeks, man. Like, I was just laying like passed out on the ground. It's pretty embarrassing.
How old were you at that point when
29.
you got sober? 29?
Yeah.
Okay.
August 27th,
Oh,
2019.
nice. Is that still your sober date?
Yeah.
Okay, that's hardcore.
Well, from alcohol.
What's it called? What were some, to like get a little bit more into it, like what were some questions or feelings or concerns you had like during this time in your 20s that you're describing?
Man, I was thinking about my health a lot because my dad had a open heart surgery, and so like every time my back hurts, and then I would think it was my heart. I was freaking out about that. I was done nicotine, and I was doing a lot, like vaping, dipping, and then that would give me anxiety. And then drinking. It's getting just, you know, waking up with a hangover every day. When you don't wake up with a hangover, it's like, whoa, it's a whole new world.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, and then thinking about dying at work, you know, because fire trucks are dangerous. You can just have someone, it's like the sun's in their eyes in the back of the fire truck, run over you. You know, it's just, that happens. And then having the stress at work just because the civilians are just dicks sometimes.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah,
you're like the hero, you know what I mean? Like in...
Oh, I mean civilian firefighters.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
they're
was
just
like, wait a second.
no.
Who on the street is being a dick to firefighters?
No, they're all dicks to cops, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And so we all make fun of them. But and then I was working 911 dispatch.
Whoa.
Yeah, for 3 years. So that was really stressful. I had a plane crash one time, and then this Humvee ran into this like telephone pole. So I had to pretty much everything in that plane crash had to come through me, and then I had to relay it to these guys that are getting equipment and everything. They need to go up there, and this is like 2.5 hours away, so this isn't close. So they're like convoying and stuff, and then this freaking Humvee. I was the only one in there, and this freaking Humvee ran into a telephone pole, set off 8 emergencies at one time. Just boom! And so I had 7 emergencies. So I had 8. I had like my main radio, and I had 3 others, and I had 2 per, and I had to like try to recognize the guys' voices, and I had to like try to write it all down. It's crazy. And then I worked like till 11, and then I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go again. So I just slept there. It's just like a Groundhog's Day.
So you were doing all of those things at the same time, like firefighting and doing 911 dispatch?
Yeah, it's when I was hurt. So when you get hurt, you go 911 dispatch.
Oh, okay.
Or or if you get in trouble, I get DUI.
And then like during this time, you're also in the military. Okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to get the timeline.
Oh, totally.
That sounds like really stressful.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
I lost some hair. I lost some hair on the back from it.
Yeah, I don't like. How could you not?
Yeah. I only rescued a kitty from a storm drain once.
Okay, that's really cute. So it sounds like stress and anxiety were like pretty strong feelings during this time. Was there anything else that you were feeling? You were dating for the first time as well.
Yeah, dating, losing my virginity. My roots are just like hanging with my homies, you know, just because I know there was many times where like a girl would hit me up. I don't know if this is getting sidetracked. Was it getting sidetracked?
What was that?
Am I getting sidetracked?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this is good.
Oh, sometimes this girl would hit me up and like, guaranteed. I was like, no, dude. Like, I know I'm gonna have fun at this party.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I'm gonna have fun with my friends.
Yeah, you know. We have witnessed a hit and run that night too, so it was wicked. Like if I would have gone to her house, I would have. But it was so sick. But, yeah.
Wait, I love that. So then it sounds like your friends were like huge important part. My next question for you is what individuals, groups, or agencies like helped or hindered your development, in your opinion?
Oh man. I mean, the military in general. Gosh, you're talking alcohol and nicotine.
Yeah.
And the fact that they don't have marijuana legalized is crazy because, you would have so many less suicides, domestic violences, alcoholism, nicotine. Everyone would be chill, you know? But it's just your friends because you're all super stressed out and you want to drink after work.
Right.
And so hanging out with your friends, you're all encouraging each other to drink. And there's a lot of deaths. We had a guy, because I lived in the trailer park with my buddies for like 2 years, and we got so wicked, like naked parties, and like, we got redneck. But there's some people like, they would get drunk, drive down that road, and like 3 people died rolling their car because they were drunk,
Whoa.
Yeah, it's just like, so, it's just bad. But just, hanging out with, that's what I had to do when I quit, is I had to cut a lot of people off.
Right.
And a lot of people don't. And then, that's how you... Because they're not quitting, so they feel bad, and they want to drag you right with them.
Yeah, and they're like, are you sure you can't have just one? It's like, it's kind of the point. I can't.
Yeah. I've had my buddy's grandpa die.
Wow.
And then him at the bar saying, "Hey man, wouldn't it be good to have one beer tonight?" You know, like pressuring me. Yeah, it's just like, sorry, dude. you know, like that is cyanide to me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you gotta know your limit.
What groups or individuals helped or hindered your development?
Ooh, helped.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, a lot of the time, hang out at the hobby shop.
Yeah.
That was the best.
What is hobby shop?
Hobby shop. So it's like there's this huge garage, you know, on base, and then you can work on your car for as long as you want, and it's $3 an hour for a lift. You get as many tools as you want in there, tools, and I would bring him a Dr. Pepper, and I'd get the whole day free.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and I would just you just hang in there with your buddies and just work on your vehicles all day, and it's just like that was so therapeutic. Especially when your buddies come and hang out. Because we're at their house drinking. You just like at a government facility, work on your car.
Yeah.
You're at someone's garage. But also, it was really nice. We would have bonfires every single weekend. And then we'd go country dancing one night and have bonfires the next. And it was every single weekend. And it was like, dancing was therapeutic. Except for us getting sloshed.
Right.
But because it just built confidence, and you weren't going home with them. You were driving an hour and a half to El Paso to go camping, So, we weren't going there to pick up chicks, and none of my friends were going there to pick up chicks. We were all just going there to have fun.
Yeah.
And if you were going there to pick up chicks, we weren't going to hang out with you because that's the only thing you'd be talking about the whole damn night.
Right.
But yeah, and then the sober woman drive home, which is so stupid. Don't do that.
The most sober, not the sober person.
Yeah, the most sober. Oh my gosh. I remember on New Year's, I would get so sloshed. I was walking with my buddies, just handing out my hand, give me keys, and I'd just go pass out in the back seat. Just getting stupid.
Right.
Chicks don't like that. They don't want to dance with a drunk guy.
Unless they're equally drunk.
Yeah, and here, I'll tell you what, every chick I've danced with here is slosh. And it's like this blows.
Here, really?
Yeah, at the Cross-Eyed Cricket. But I'm super rusty anyway, so I look like an idiot. And I'll tell you what, one time I was stuck in slow motion there, dancing with a chick. I smoked some weed, it was bad.
Stuck in slow motion?
Yeah.
No.
It sucked. But anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't think of any other. Oh yeah, there was this other agency I did photography for them, but it I forgot what it's called, but it's at the Family Readiness Center, and they took the airmen up camping, so you could bond, and they had a fire pit on base, and I would have a lot of parties in my dorm too, but just partying, I guess. I don't know. That's not really therapeutic. I don't know. It's a tough question.
Yeah.
I'm a counselor. But
you really answered the question, I think.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh, no, don't be sorry. I love where you're taking me.
Oh, yeah, Cloud Crop, New Mexico.
Oh, hey.
I got stranded up there in November trying to do this show. Yeah.
What show?
This show. This guy said he was going to let me borrow his RV. I quit my job as a car dealer, and his uncle was going to finance the show, supposedly. And so I was like, all right, dude, bet. Flew up there. One-way ticket. He just bailed on me. But I got to see all my buddies down there, and I had to rent a U-Haul truck, and I had to drive it up to Clovis, and it was a nightmare. But I made it out. And I got to drive sisters.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, it was crazy. But anyways.
What prevented or might have prevented you from receiving some intervention to address your feelings and concerns? So during that time, you said you're concerned about your health, drugs and drinking gave you anxiety. You're worried about dying at work. Was there at any point something that prevented you from changing that? Does that make sense? It's kind of a weirdly worded question.
Like the dam, behind me quitting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Luckily my family wasn't you're an alcoholic, you need to quit.
Yeah.
You know, luckily because you just get defensive.
Yeah. You
You
don't.
know?
You can't change unless you want to change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my buddies, you know, he wanted to drink and party with me, except for he was married.
Ooh.
And so the one that ended up getting schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm.
And so we would influence each other
Yeah.
a lot of the time. And then I'm always friends with my neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would always go to my neighbor's house and drink.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd always knock on my door when he was drunk and want me to drink.
Yeah.
And so we'd always be sloshed. And like, you know, or in the military, I remember I passed out in my bed one time. And this guy came knocking on my door. And he's like, hey, you okay? I was like, yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, want some crown? You know? And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, crown apples. First
Yeah.
time. Then we ended up getting sloshed, walking around, finding some Germans, because it's a half German base, sitting down my first beer. You know, they were like, I don't even understand what they said. They were just pointing, set me in a chair, and shoved the tube in my mouth. But, you know, it was just bad influences, you know? But, and the dam was just, I guess, wanting to fit in.
Yeah.
That's had to be it.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanting to fit in. And now that I'm old, you know, I'm older, and I quit, and I'm gonna go to a bachelor party tomorrow. Everyone's gonna be sloshed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be almost over one there. You know, it's just, but I don't care what they think. You know,
Yeah.
I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
But back then, it's like I wanted people's approval.
Mm-hmm.
I think that had to been it.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially like, you know, if a chick didn't drink, you're like, oh man, I couldn't date a chick that didn't drink.
Yeah.
Or she couldn't. I wouldn't date her. If she could, you know, had to tell me I couldn't. You know, it just rules your life.
Yeah. I
Crazy.
wouldn't date anybody who didn't do drugs.
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up like with my dealer, which was a mess.
Classic.
As you can, imagine. Well, free coke, but also like sketch person.
A little bit.
Yeah, right. I guess like since you're using the analogy of the dam, of like what, like kept you there, what broke the dam for you?
Oh, well, I've noticed there's definitely cycles.
Yeah.
So some days you just wake up and you're just done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the days you gotta quit. There's some days that you're just like, you know what, I think I'm gonna quit today. Or someone tries to influence you. Those aren't the days.
Yeah.
And what really got me was my buddy, he was just, this is a crazy story.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got out, it just got kind of wild.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a sawed shotgun and an AR, and I just moved in with the chick with the kid.
Mm-hmm.
And she was at work, and her previous roommate was going to come over and get some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she owed her some money. So she was supposed to pay her the money first,
Mm-hmm.
and then she'd come inside and get the rest of her stuff. So I had like an electric bill or something.
Right.
So I was drunk, half bottle deep,
Yeah.
you know, and she came over and I was like, come on in. And then I forgot. Called my roommate. She's supposed to get the stuff. Anyways, they wouldn't leave. And I was like, hey, you guys need to leave. Told many times. And then I was like, I'm going to grab an AR sawed off. And then they were like, whatever. And so I was like, okay. So I went in my room, grabbed my sawed off. I was like, that's scarier. I unloaded it. So there's no bullets in it. I racked it. And then I put one on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
So if someone pulled a gun, I would just have to step out.
Yeah.
You know. But so it was unloaded. Stepped out, pointed at the ground. I was like, get out. And then they got out quick. And then they called the cops. So I'm chilling in my room, hanging out, eating hot Cheetos, drinking more. Then I see cop cars, lights. So I put on America's shirt, the flag.
Mm-hmm. So they know that you're cool.
Yeah. No, I'm cool, you know. And I poked my head out the damn window. And I got 3 pistols pointing at my head. I was like, oh shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And they handcuffed me and stuff. And then go down. And then I'm sitting in the cop car. And my roommate's dog runs down. Hot's in there with me. And they're just laughing, having a good time. Like, and then they were super chill. And then they unhandcuffed. Well, I'm sitting on the front of the cop car. So they pulled me out. Because he had to make sure there's no one in the house. Because she's like, he had an AR and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So she said that I, was shoving her and this and that and pointing guns on him.
Yikes.
And then the cop's like, hey, what's all over your hands? I was like, hot Cheetos. And he's like, yeah. She was wearing white.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's like, all right, you're good, man. They unhandcuffed me.
Wow.
He's like, just don't worry about it. We're going to get him all three of them trespassing charges. You don't even have to go to court. And then it was that on top of my friend stealing from me. He was staying with me. His wife kicked him out. He was staying with me for like a week. And, you know, I had guns and he was like playing with knives. And I got a roommate with a kid, you know. And
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's losing his mind, man. You can kind of tell when some people look at you some way and you're like, man, like you're looking through me.
Right. You don't recognize me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know this guy. And so that's when I ended up getting like passed out drunk. He took a picture, you know what I mean? Freaking like laying there and then posted on the internet. And then I just went in my Jeep that day and I just prayed and I was like, yo, I'm done. And since that day, it was like I can go to bars. I can like, it's just like I forgot what it feels like to be drunk.
Yeah.
And which is great because I knew I liked it better than weed,
Yeah.
but I don't remember. So
Wow.
but now I get sick. And if I
Yeah.
smell, like, if I can't make out, like my ex, she would drink, I can't. I feel guilty.
Yeah.
And I can't buy it either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to buy my buddy a present. End up buying him a unicorn
Mm.
hat. You know, so you
Yeah.
put rings on it. It's like a drinking game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think those moments were when I got out was getting arrested. Oh yeah, then I got in a bar and I supposedly wanted to drive my Jeep, and my buddy told me not to. So I supposedly almost got in my car and got another DUI.
Oh my God.
And I was like, yo, dude, I'm reckless, man.
Yeah.
And then I almost got in a fight with him. Some dude, like, he was like picking on the bodyguard because he was a short black dude. And then so I'm just like, oh, hell no. And take off my shirt. And then it's just like, yo, dude, I'm a different person,
Yeah.
man. So, yeah. It was just like, yo, it's time.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like my uncles and my grandma and like, or my grandma. Not my grandma. My
Abuelas go hard. Like grandmas go hard.
like she was way back, but no, my grandpa back in the day, and then my uncle died from alcoholism, and then my other uncle was an alcoholic. It just runs in the family. And my other aunts are drug addicts, some of them, and my other uncle was meth addict. And so it's just
Yeah.
it was time to.
Addiction is there.
Yeah, addiction is strong. Yeah.
Okay. So then, if you could go back to a particular age or phase again, which would it be? And what would you do differently?
You know, it's really hard because I thought about this. I don't regret anything. I think everything happened exactly the way it should have happened. But to go back, I really miss the senior of high school. That was fun. Working at Red Robin, making out with girls in school, being the dirty virgin. That was my name. Just like I miss that.
Yeah.
Being an asshole in this thing. It was
Yeah.
ugly back then, but I thought it was hot. Yeah. You know, the only thing, and I wouldn't change it, but if I had more confidence back then, but I think I would have been a real whore. And so I'm glad that I didn't. And I think I would have, because I started YouTube like in 2009. And so if I would have had more confidence, I would have kept with that. And then if I would have kept on with it, it would have taken off. You do something long enough, it'll happen.
Yeah.
And then I would have joined the military, and I think everything happened just the way it should have.
Yeah.
And like that's why I don't want this show to take off right away, because I'm not ready yet.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really a cool answer.
Even flying, I don't know. I was flying planes here for a little bit, and I'm scared of flying.
What? Yeah.
Like, I don't like flying, but it was just like, as a kid, I wanted to be a firefighter. I wanted to be in the military. I wanted to be an actor, and I wanted to be a pilot. And I obviously didn't do the actor thing. And then I was like, well, because I was going to school being an X-ray tech, and I read this quote, and it was, "I wish I would." The number one things in the deathbed is, "I wish I would have lived a life true to myself instead of one that others expected of me." So I was going to school to be an X-ray tech, what my sister wanted to do. My mom and dad wanted me to work at the nuke site. My mom's a teacher there.
Yeah.
So I could get an easy in. And then Jessica Cox, this freaking chick with no arms, got a private pilot's license.
Whoa.
And it's just like, she can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, my anxiety held me back. But I tried. Yeah. But it was an experience.
Yeah.
And that's one of my roommates is kind of going through the same thing with anxiety. And so it's great because now I can help him out saying, hey, man, because I know so many people were like, you're making a mistake, this and that. And I had to tell him, like, I got to listen to myself.
Yeah.
And then I got a letter like 3 weeks later saying, hey, you can't fly because of your anxiety. Yeah, so I was like, hey, I made the right call.
Yeah.
Like, I was about to solo too. I was on the runway. And then my flight instructor was out of there. I was about to freaking just power up. And I was like, nah.
No.
And I was still too. I even held up my hand. And I was like, you know what, man? I can't fly with my anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill people. I want to be a commercial pilot. And I was like, man, look, I'm a pretty chill dude. I don't need that kind of responsibility.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, even that, I wouldn't take it back because it was an experience. Even when living with a 72-year-old guy. Oh, he just died.
Oh.
I got these two though.
Okay. Then my next one for you is describe 2 life transitions. And so that could be like preschool to kindergarten, high school to like work or college. Maybe like different working roles, family responsibilities, whatever.
Definitely.
Yeah, transitions.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Man, this thing's been a champ. I'm really surprised. It's just batteries in there.
Oh, sweet.
I'm really surprised it's still going.
I'm a big fan of the candle.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I like the way it smells.
I like it when it just smells like fall slapped you in the face.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I got one in my room. This is like a pumpkin. It's just all year round.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Thank you. Life transitions. I'd say one of them was when I joined the military. I wanted to do it my whole life. I literally joined to get screamed at. Like, going to basic, I dreamed about that my whole life. You know, like, I wanted to join the Young Marines, and then my dad didn't let me because I got ringworm. You know?
Damn.
Yeah, sucked ass. But when my buddy's cats were grabbing on the pillows and he's just flipping them over, I mean, what can you expect? It's crazy. But, yeah, being away from home.
What were you doing, like right before you went to the military? So you went from blank to the military.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So I graduated high school, and then I worked for a year. And then when I was working for a year, during that time, I was trying to join the Marines first, and then I couldn't go because of... I tried Army first, my bad. And then Army took like 4 months, and my teeth were a problem because of it, the veneers in the bridge or whatever.
Right.
So Marines took 8 months, and then my dad's like, you need to get out of my house. And so then Air Force took me right away. Yeah. So that's when then I went to the Air Force. My dad's like, time's ticking. I was too mature to go to college. So I was like, I'm just going to waste this money. I'm just going to party the whole time. So I went to the next party school.
Yeah.
Which, thank God, because at least there you can get a DUI and like still work. Which surprisingly, you know, driving a fire truck, but you can work 911 dispatch. I was still driving a fire truck on base. It's weird. You have a blow and go off base, but you can drive.
Kind of like those like weird loopholes.
Yeah. I'd say I've had like 3. That, tech school right after that, testing your limits. That place tested my limits. Like, it's 115 out, and you're in full firefighter gear all day on a black top, so it's like 120, 130, and you're doing these drills all day, all day, all day. And then in my class, there's 13 Marines, 2 Army, 1 Navy, and me, Air Force. And it was just, you see Marine pass out in front of you, and you're like, frick. Yeah. And I remember one day, we were standing there in line after doing these drills, and then I took my helmet off, and it was just bone dry. And we were drinking a gallon of water every 2 hours. Whoa. And we weren't pissing. We were sweating it out. He was like, how is this even possible? But, yeah, so that, I was literally, like, I would get home and sleep on my tile floor because it was cool. Whoa. You just go straight to that. Boom. And then I like getting framed in there by an alcohol for minor, and it was just like a stinking nightmare. But I say that was like, it's just because I know how far I can push myself going through that. And I say the third one was probably after I quit drinking. Mm-hmm. And it's just quitting drinking, just built my confidence. Mm-hmm. Confidence was a huge thing. 'Cause growing up, I didn't have confidence because of my teeth and not dating and getting bullied. I didn't get confidence until I was like 30. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So, it took a little while. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I'd say after I quit.
Yeah. At any point, whether you were like a kid or like in your 20s or like early 30s, what was something that was going on that like you were aware of, like culturally? So like, what were you doing when like 9/11 happened? You know what I mean? Or maybe for like kids now, there's Roe v. Wade going on, or like the stock market crashing, or like what was something that was like going on kind of in the background, and like how did that affect you?
9/11, I was in 5th grade. Mm-hmm. I remember watching that on TV. Mm-hmm. 'Cause I remember that morning, it was like 6:11 in the morning. Yeah. Or I forget what time it was. It was before 7. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, hey, a plane just hit some building. And I was like, oh, no way. Like, I thought I was in town, some little plane, And we got to school, and my teachers had it on, the news. And I wanted to volunteer really bad to go help. Like, I was dying. I was asking my dad if I could go. Yeah. I think that's what made me want to join the military. I wanted to join... I even had this book somewhere, but I wanted to join the Air Force, and I wanted to fly planes. And, and then during COVID, that was when I really, I took some road trips, went to California, and I kind of got comfortable with my body. Yeah. Because that's when I lost all my weight, and then I wore... I call them Spanx, but they're silkies. Yeah. Like the military short shorts.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's when I started wearing those and stuff. I started working out more, and which my back started to go downhill more. I think it's because I stopped drinking. Mm-hmm. I wasn't numb anymore. Mm-hmm. But, that was kind of a lot of people actually... Because I was doing funny videos on my phone. Mm-hmm. A lot of people actually were like, hey, you should do this or that or YouTube. And I was like, no, man, I've already tried that. I want to do that. Mm-hmm. And I want to fly planes or whatever. And then sure enough, here I am doing freaking YouTube. So, but it was just kind of that awakening. And then my dad told me one time, he was like, hey, you should do a YouTube about this, something you're interested in. And I was like, okay, fine. Like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Yeah. But, yeah, I was kind of my YouTube awakening. Mm-hmm. I tried rapping for a day. Yeah. Yes, Eminem had a great song. I was sick and tired of dating. I was pissed off at Tinder, and I was just rapping to my sister. It was so embarrassing. I hope I have it somewhere, but it was bad.
Did she still bring it up?
Oh gosh, I hope. She was encouraging me. She's like, "Oh yeah, a lot of people do some cool stuff now." And oh gosh, yeah.
I guess my last question for you is then your transition from what you were doing to working at Sisters, since that's how I know you.
Totally.
Yeah.
So lots going on there. So I got out of the military, and then just things just kept not working out.
Yeah.
I mean, blunt. I mean, it's just like, you try this, doesn't work out. Try that, doesn't work out. And then for me, college was the kind of like awakening. Like, okay, well, my personality is just too big to be confined to like, because I was a car
like
dealer.
one thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, car dealers, they make $12,000 a month, and that was minimum.
Yeah.
If you don't make $12,000 a month, you're making a minimum wage,
Right.
and then you're fired.
Yeah.
Like these guys pushing 20.
Uh-huh.
My manager was making 40.
Whoa.
I mean, these guys are making, a ton. But it was like working there for 3 weeks, and it was like, man, this isn't the right time to buy a car. Are you kidding me? Like, and the whole fact that these used cars are selling for twice as much, and these dealers are playing hot potatoes. Someone's gonna get screwed, and they're gonna ask for a bailout, and the stock market's gonna hit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna quit.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of when my buddy hit me up and wanted to like help me with the show, and that's when that thing started. It was okay. I can lie to people and make $12,000 a month, or more. But I had to choose between making really good money or just being honest.
Yeah.
And so I was honest, and then I wanted to do the show. And then I got screwed, and trying to do that. But I figured a lot of stuff out doing that. Like, I can't travel with someone. I have to travel alone.
Yeah.
Because I was going to travel with this dude, but he was like, I don't know if he's going to smoke weed and drive.
Right.
Stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I don't know. And I didn't really trust him. Some stuff he was saying, I was like, one thing, he said he had cancer. And that's one of the things he wanted to do was, he had these businesses, and these were probably worth a lot of money, and he wanted to take a break from his businesses, travel with me and be my cameraman, and let me borrow his RV. And I got hands on the RV. I got eyes on. It was real.
Right.
He chain smoked in it. But I mean, but I figured a lot of stuff out. And then came back here. I wasn't going to school. And then, oh my gosh, things started falling apart quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was borrowing money from my parents. Then my forerunner needed fuel injectors, so I had like $2,700 out of them. And then, like, I had no money.
Yeah.
And then I started working at Sisters. And then, because my disability was just like, my disability then was only $1,400.
Yeah.
So I was trying to live on $1,400 a month.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this ain't working out.
No.
And,
no.
yeah. So, yeah, and then I started working at Sisters. And then my disability went up. And now it's nice.
Yeah.
But
more comfortable.
Yes. But yeah, I just wanted something simple, and you see that commercial with that dude's hand that coffee cup to that girl, and I'm just like, yeah, I can do that. Like, and the tips too.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna work somewhere else. Like, my roommate slaves, man, at the airport, 13 an hour, and we make what, 20?
Yeah.
More?
Yeah.
And I'm just...
Right, you get to hang out with people that are really cool. Free
Yeah.
coffee all the time. Like,
Yeah, free coffee, free food, free fruit,
yeah.
living it up, and then just, yeah, it's great. But, yeah. Oh, and then, and also, too, my back's just jacked. And so when I at the dealership, it was killing me. I was working 11-hour days, and I was working 8-hour days at Sisters, and even that was too much. I had to cut it back to 6.
Yeah.
Because I can't stand for that long. And then I bought some Yeezys, and I'll tell you what, they help.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I bought the second pair, and I found out they were fake. These ones.
Oh.
And I wore these to work, not to try to be cool or whatever, but because of my back is so jacked up. And so that's where I'm at right now. Is I told them what the plan was, is, hey, if you guys can pay me this, I'm going to do YouTube until I can make enough money to where, I can sustain, and then you guys can kick me back to whatever you want me to.
Okay.
So I don't want to make this forever. I would rather make my own money. But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. Is, you know, working at Sisters, trying to make my own money, but now I got this kind of blanket with the VA to try to, you know, buy Winnebago and travel and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the next plan. But in the flexibility, definitely. We'll see though if they're gonna give me like a week off at a time so I can go to Alaska.
Okay, true. Alaska would be beautiful.
Yeah, my buddy's up there. It sucks though because he was just in Hawaii, stationed there, and now he's in Alaska.
Wow.
But which is great because I was stuck with him in Florida for 2 weeks because I was going to this wedding and then I stayed with my sister for 4 months because it was just on the way. But 2 weeks without AC and no Wi-Fi in Florida in the summer.
No.
And his roommate was obviously I got to meet his neighbors, and so I was friends with his neighbors. Yeah. I'm friends with everyone's neighbors, but yeah, and his neighbor invited me over one time, and he just like sat me down and like flicked on porn. I was just like, yeah, dude.
How do you gracefully exit that situation? Just be like,
why?
Yeah.
And then he starts talking about his junk. And then I can go on about that. He had this whole story, like it was from one of his porn movies.
Right.
I guarantee it.
Oh,
now
yeah.
that I think about it, bro.
He's real life Barney Stinson, not you.
Oh gosh.
For that.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Those are all my questions for
Awesome.
you. So like, thank you so much for sharing.
Of course.
And of course, like, if you want to like read the paper, you're welcome to.
Definitely.
Because it's about then like me analyzing these developmental stages and stuff, but
Awesome.
Again, like I'm not a counselor, so
No,
it's
totally.
not like anything official.
Soon to be though.
Yeah, we're in what, like week 4 of 2 years.
Yeah.
So going. But I guess just like flesh out some background. You have a sister. Do you have other siblings?
Nope, this sister.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like best friends.
Well,
Snap each other pretty much every day.
cool. Well, thank you so much for
Of course.
like being down, because the requirements are like it can't be your friend, can't be your partner. Not that I don't want to be friends. Like,
Well, yeah,
I do,
coworker.
but like someone that I don't know that well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thank you. I was like, man, I just moved here. Who the fuck do I know?
Exactly.
And I was like, should I make somebody up?
Oh, I've done
or like,
that.
yeah.
No, you know, something that's serious, but like, yeah.
Yeah, or like take from like my girlfriend's life and like kind of fashion this other person. But no, I was stoked.
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I can help out, and you helped me out tremendously because, I mean, I don't know if this would help anybody out, but I don't know.
I think so. I think that there's so much power in like not going from A to B to C. Like, at least when I graduated college, like everybody I knew, well, like, okay, I was newly sober, my girlfriend had just died, and I was like finally out of college, and so many people around me were like going to grad school and like doing all these like things that seemed so official that I was like, oh, am I like a failure? Because I just need some time to like grieve, decompress, like chill out for a sec, really like get my bearings in like being a whole nother person again. And then just like working for like 4 years and like learning people's stories, I was like, you can do life in so many like infinite ways. It doesn't have to be just like college, grad school, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's what I told like my roommate over here because he's stressing about this, and he's 20.
So young. So
I was
young.
like, dude, I didn't get my DUI until I was 25. Like, you got plenty of time, dude.
Wait, how old are you now?
I'm 31.
31.
Yeah,
Okay.
32 in August. I'm getting there.
Are you a Leo?
What's that?
Are you a Leo?
A Leo. I think so. The lion.
Yeah. Wait,
I
when's
think
your
so.
birthday?
August 10th.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
I heard some bad things. At work, they said a lot of Leos cheat.
Okay. My girlfriend's a Leo. She's the best.
Okay,
So,
you know.
yeah. No, Leos, and like you can tell when like we're having this conversation, are super like loyal, friend oriented. At least like all the Leos that I know are like you
That's
want
dope.
them as your friend.
That's dope.
Yeah. I'll take that.
I'm going to take that.
Yeah.
Like Cusco getting all the attention.
Right. His like long llama neck.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, hopefully we can get you on the show soon, or just
Yeah.
like whenever you're not like stressed out and like have stuff going on.
Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday are always good for me. So like, even if
Okay.
you wanted to do it like next Tuesday.